Hello, everyone. Welcome to the men's application and welcome to the parenting community. As you might know, that in the first week of September, we celebrate Nutrition Week, and the first parents is has planned, 7 days in 7 sessions. We have already finished. We have already done one session that was on preconception nutrition, and for the second session of this week, we are back with another topic that is nutrition for breastfeeding moms. And to discuss about that particular topic, we have an expert, Dr. Pavani Reddy. She's a lactation professional and also a pediatric dentist who educates on breastfeeding and starting solids for infants. So, welcome. We welcome you, Pavani, to the platform. Thank you so much for joining us. You can unmute yourself through the mic button below.
Okay, hello Palakji. A very good evening, and this is really a very good initiative that you are doing because educating mothers on nutrition it's really a very important thing.
Thank you so much, Pavni. Like, we are, grateful for experts like you who are willing to share their expertise and help us out in many ways possible.
Thank you, thank you.
So I just wanted to jump on the questions that we have from, we received from different social media platforms. And as you can see, it's like, a very small circle. We just get 20 minutes to discuss about this particular topic. So I'll just
Yes,
jump on
yes,
to the question.
definitely, definitely.
So my first question to you is like, this is like a very common thing that mothers ask, that is there any food that can help them in boosting their milk supply, like naturally?
Yeah, of course. There are many foods that boost the milk supply naturally, but the thing is, either you have to pump or the baby has to latch onto the breast, right? Like breastfeeding is a demand and supply, right? So, only taking foods and supplements won't help. Along with taking foods and supplements, also, you have to encourage breastfeeding your baby or just pumping. Okay, so there are several natural sources. Like I've put the top 20 now. I'll tell the top 20 now, which we find daily in our kitchen and all. So the first thing is fenugreek seeds, and these are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, and really these boost the milk supply. And fennel seeds, and the next thing is garlic. Okay, garlic will help to boost your milk supply, and also it can affect the taste and smell of the breast milk. So the next important source which is readily available is leafy vegetables like spinach and all. So these have iron, calcium, folate. These leafy vegetables have plenty of vitamins. Okay, and cumin seeds. We have cumin seeds in our kitchen, right? So these also help with digestion to relieve the constipation and bloating and all. Sesame seeds and holy basil, which we call it as tulsi, right? And oatmeal is really a very good thing to improve your milk supply. It is rich in the fiber, and it also has a very positive effect on your digestive system. So, and unripe papaya curry literally helped me a lot. Even I had breastfeeding issues, and I had unripe papaya curry, and yeah, it helps a lot. Okay, carrots, barley, you can have barley water, and curry leaves. You can include some curry leaves in your diet. Apricots, salmon, fish is really very important, but don't take mercury fish. Okay, so these fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids. And yeah, sweet potato, almonds, dill seeds, these are rich in magnesium, iron, and calcium. And never ever forget to take good amount of water. We'll be talking about water later. So drumsticks, later on chickpea, beets, lentils, tofu, paneer, watermelon, green tea, grapefruit, and the list goes on, goes on, goes on. Okay, so these are the most common foods which we find in our Indian kitchens. Okay, so I'm just highlighting these things, and these really increase the milk supply.
Right, right. So we have a question from Khushbu in the chat
Okay.
box, that there is a saying that garlic can lead to colic babies. Is it true?
No. That's not really true. Okay. So if your baby, okay, so every baby's body is different, right? So if your baby is, you find your baby is sensitive to garlic, just eliminate garlic from your diet and see for 2 to 4 weeks. Okay. So if your baby is still being gassy, so you can suspect other thing. And if you don't feel that your baby is gassy and your baby is normal after eliminating garlic from your diet, yeah, you can suspect garlic. But yeah, no one ever have complained about the same till now. Okay. So I think garlic doesn't cause any issue, because even I had garlic and no, it doesn't make the baby gassy.
Right, right. You earlier mentioned about omega 3. So,
Yeah.
are there any food supplements or other food that provides omega 3, and how is it important for a breastfeeding mom?
Okay. So, what happens about omega 3 fatty acids? So, these are, we call it as polyunsaturated fatty acids. So, which you need not need to remember. But these polyunsaturated fatty acids are not manufactured by mammals. Okay. So omega 3 is such a polyunsaturated fatty acid, and it has numerous health benefits. So in omega 3 fatty acids, there are DHA and ARA. Okay, omega 6 and omega 3 fatty acids, DHA and ARA. So these DHA and ARA are responsible for the baby's brain development. Okay. So and babies generate these fatty acids very slowly than adults, so they need to get something through their diet. Okay. They need to get this DHA and ARA through their diet. So what is the diet of infants? It's nothing but breast milk, right? So there are some foods which are high in omega 3 fatty acids, like I've already said, green leafy vegetables. Okay. And seeds and nuts like flax seeds, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, linseeds, canola, and legumes like soybeans, kidney beans. These all have omega 3 fatty acids. And vegetarians, particularly vegans, they tend to have lower levels of DHA in breast milk, because DHA is more found in the fish oils. Okay. Cold water or oily fish, and fish oils like salmon, as I've already mentioned, tuna, sardines. These all have a good amount of omega 3 fatty acids. Fresh fish is really very better. So if you can't find fresh fish, there is no option like taking the freezed fish and all. But you have to avoid fish that is high in mercury. Okay, that is the only thing. So this is the thing about omega 3 during breastfeeding. It literally helps for the baby's brain development, so it's really very important to include in your diet.
Right, right. That was very informative. So, but I have what I've heard that caffeine intake. We need to control our caffeine intake while we are breastfeeding, because it's not good for health. It's not good for milk supply. So, is it true? What are your intakes on caffeine intake during breast?
Yes, yes. Of course, everyone loves coffee. So the thing is, caffeine does pass into the breast milk. Okay, it passes into the breast milk, but the baby gets only about 1.5% of the amount of caffeine that the parent takes. Okay. So what happens with this is, newborns have a much harder time metabolizing caffeine than older infants. Okay. So preterm or infants who are sick, they have more problems with mom's caffeine intake. So some studies say that caffeine is not actually a problem while breastfeeding, but some studies say that caffeine is a problem. Okay. So I'll tell you why. Okay. If you feel, as I've already told Kushbu, so if you feel that your baby is sensitive to any food, okay, coming here, uh, imagine caffeine. Okay, if your baby is sensitive to caffeine, so when the baby gets older, what happens is, it will typically become a lesser issue to the baby. Okay, that the baby's gut can tolerate that caffeine. And if you feel that your baby is fussy, and if there is a significant amount of caffeine including in your diet, yeah, you might have to cut it or stop the caffeine for 2 to 3 weeks to see to make it a difference. Okay. And if you cut out caffeine, consider decreasing it slowly, because if you cut the caffeine abruptly, what happens is it affects the mother, okay, like you can get headaches or other symptoms, okay. And if caffeine stimulation is really a problem for the baby, it may take a few days to week after the mother eliminates caffeine from her diet, okay. And the baby and the baby becomes less fussy. But however, yeah, it is recommended for nursing parents to limit their daily consumption, but not to exclude caffeine, okay. If you are taking regularly and if your baby is not showing any problem with tolerating caffeine, you can include in your diet, but limit it to less than 3 cups of coffee per day. Or if it's not only coffee, because sometimes the cold drinks have caffeine and all, so just limit it to 300 milligrams of caffeine, and that's okay. And the other myth is it tells like caffeine reduces breast milk supply, okay. So I've done a lot of research on that, and there are articles which suggest that caffeine does not act as our breast milk supply, okay. So yeah, you can happily take caffeine is tolerating. So that is my opinion about caffeine. My
Right, right. All clear. And we looks like we have a question from Saloni in the chat box that what should be the
Yeah.
quantity of these food items in a day so that one can have appropriate amount. So as you said, 300 grams, I guess, yeah, right, of caffeine.
Yes, 300 grams
Yes,
of
300
caffeine.
grams of caffeine.
But
About other food.
earlier I've talked about the foods which increase the milk supply, right? So these all, you need not to overdo on anything, okay. You need not to overdo on anything. You can include cumin in your anyways, we'll be including cumin in our curries and all, because Indian diet will be including cumin in our curries and all. You can soak just a little bit of fenugreek seeds in water overnight, and you can have that in the morning. You can have barley water 1 to 2 glasses, that's not an issue, okay. So never ever overdo on any foods, okay. Just take it like normally. Just include it. If you're not having in your diet, just include it newly, and don't overdo on any food material, okay.
Just like we include all these food on our everyday meal, just like that we have to include it, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so we have another question from Saloni. Some moms are
Okay.
suggested to drink green tea for weight loss. Is it also a source of caffeine?
Yes, green tea is also source of caffeine, but green tea is also known to increase your milk supply, and the caffeine in green tea is literally very, very, very less. Okay, so the normal tea, the caffeine in the green tea will be very much less. So yeah, because green tea is with antioxidants and minerals, right? It also helps your body to relax, and you can take it. That's not at all an issue.
Sure. So another question for you is that what are your takes on the intakes of water and electrolytes during breastfeeding while breastfeeding?
Okay, very good question. So, what happens is, yeah, I'll just tell you how breastfeeding works in a simple line, okay? So, when your baby sucks at the breast, there are two hormones which are responsible for breastfeeding, okay? So, I'll just talk about one hormone which is the oxytocin, and we call it as love hormone, okay? So, while breastfeeding, we release oxytocin, and this oxytocin stimulates our thirst. So that's why we feel thirsty whenever we breastfeed our baby. And this is your body's way to ensure that you drink enough water to meet your extra fluid needs. And this increased thirst during the breastfeeding is why hydration drinks enhanced with electrolytes can help sometimes, okay, if you are not taking enough water. Okay, so let's talk about electrolytes. Electrolytes are nothing but basically the controllers of how much water your body retains. Okay, so whatever the water we take, the kidneys eliminate, right? So this electrolyte balance is important for our body retaining the water. So, for suppose a exclusively breastfeeding mother will produce like 32 ounces of breast milk per day. Okay, and our body needs to replace those electrolytes in order to help to maintain our hydration levels, the breastfeeding mother's hydration levels. So these electrolytes are really important to maintain proper hydration, as I've already told, and they regulate your muscle function, they regulate your nerve function, they maintain your body's pH levels. So that's why we need to take water, and don't overdo on water also, as I've already said. You just need to take like 3 to 4 liters of water while you're breastfeeding. So what happens when you overdo on water is your kidneys eliminate lots and lots of water in the form of urine, right? So with this urine, electrolytes are also eliminated from our body. So it may be complicated for few mothers to understand what are electrolytes. It nothing but the simple calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium that are present in our body. Okay, so that's why don't overdo on water. Just drink a glass of water whenever you feel thirsty, but see to that you're not underhydrated also. Okay, not overhydrated and not underhydrated. Okay, so hydration is really very very much important. And yeah, that is the thing about water intake and
Right.
electrolytes.
Right. So, while in the breastfeeding week, I was like, doing some research about breastfeeding moms and what they face in general. So, one thing that I came across was women who are breastfeeding, they face, those sudden hunger pangs, hunger strikes. So, how to deal with.
Yes, yes. So coming to this, yes, breastfeeding mothers feel hungry all the time. Okay, because and first of all, many mothers will think that if you are feeling hungry all the time during breastfeeding, they think that there is something abnormal with them. And yeah, already you have delivered a baby and you are overweight than normal, because you'll take time to lose your weight. So most of the times mother won't eat because they want to reduce their weight and all. And please never ever suppress your hunger. Okay, and let me tell you that not only you, every mother will feel the same. Okay, every mother will feel hungry because you make milk from your body, right? You're producing something. To produce that, you need energy. Energy is derived from the food we take. Okay, so the energy demand on your body from breastfeeding is very high, and it's almost equal to doing high impact aerobics for 1 hour, or like running 6 to 7 miles per day. Okay, so you can see that energy demand. And when you exclusively nurse a young baby, it is very common to feel hungry most of the time. So mothers, please listen to your body. Eat how much ever you want. Okay, but see to that you eat a well balanced diet instead of eating those empty calories. Yes, we'll be having cravings like I want a cake, I want an ice cream and all. So just limit those cravings, and try to take more amount of nutritious diet. And mothers of older babies may feel more hungrier. Okay, because when the baby increases his or her milk intake suddenly, like while during a growth spurts and all. And studies also have shown that most healthy breastfeeding women who maintain abundant milk supply, they'll be taking like 1800 to 2200 calories per day. Okay, it's almost like you have to take like 550 to 600 calories than you take regularly. And consuming less than 1500 to 1800 calories per day will put your milk supply at risk. Okay, and you can see a sudden drop in calorie intake. So if you ever want to do dieting, do it under the guidance of an expert. Okay, because suddenly cutting the calories also will impact your milk supply and all.
Right, right. Saloni says in the comment section that wow, did
Yeah,
not realize this energy
yeah,
demand.
I've seen that.
Yeah. So, any last minute trip tips, any nutritional tips for the breastfeeding mom? As you can see, we just have 1 minute and 30 seconds left. So, anything
Yes,
from your side?
yes, yes. Okay. What I say to every breastfeeding mother is be confident, get good amount of sleep. Along with nutrition, sleep is also very much important. And yeah, Take nutritious food. Although your calorie intake should be more like 2200 calories, it's not like you have to eat whatever you feel. Okay, take a healthy nutritious diet, because sometimes the mineral content of our breast milk depends on what we intake. Okay, what diet we take. Mother's diet impacts the breast milk composition sometimes. So especially, as I've already mentioned regarding the omega-3 fatty acids, okay, you have to take a proper balanced nutritious diet, and also take good amounts of water, hydrate yourself. Okay, don't take too much of stress, and don't eat too much, or don't starve yourself too much. There will be lot of time to reduce your body. Okay, to reduce the weight and all we have gained during the pregnancy stage and all. So yeah, include good amounts of water. And if you feel that your supply is low, or your baby is fussy or cranky, don't ever worry. Just watch your nutrition. Okay, watch.
Thank you for watching. For more such videos, do like, share, and subscribe to the First Parents.